What's up, guys? Should you sell your crypto now? That's what we're going to talk about today, as well as look at where the market's headed over the next year and where the market's headed over the next few days. All right, so let's get straight into it. So, is now the time to sell your crypto? Well, the short answer is no. So far, I'm not selling anything yet. Why is that? Well, this breakout here, I think this is just the beginning. We're going to see Bitcoin and the crypto market go way, way higher than we're at right now. So why is that? Well, there's a plethora of reasons why crypto is going to keep pumping and pump way higher. So let's talk about that. The obvious one is Trump getting elected, which really kicked off this pump we've seen over the past 2 weeks. So everyone knows about that, the Trump pump, pretty much. So that's super obvious. Trump, also Elon Musk being a part of the government, helping Trump with the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. So Trump, Elon Musk, they're both big time in pro crypto. So we have that going for us, and I mean that's going to be around for the next 4 years. So but yeah, we have that narrative going into this next year, as well as we have major inflation. Also, the Fed is now starting to lower interest rates again, which is just going to cause more inflation. So inflation's coming back. We're going to have more liquidity coming back that can go into these markets. And also, something people probably forgot about is the ETF. The ETFs that launched earlier this year, or like a year ago. Those, I think people are underestimating what a big deal that's going to be. That's giving a convenient way for all the traditional finance people to get access to Bitcoin. So that's going to help Bitcoin pump a lot. And we're going to have institutions and even nations FOMOing into Bitcoin. We're going to see that this next year. And what else? Oh yeah, another thing I think everyone's forgetting about is the halving, which happened earlier this year. And when did that happen? Right around middle of April, I think. So right around here. We haven't seen the price impact of that supply shock yet. Since the halving, the price just went sideways and down. We're finally seeing a breakout now. So in the past, every time we've had a halving, about 6-9 months after the halving, we see a massive bull market. So, and that's maybe not completely because of it, but partially because of the supply shock that happens. So ever since April this year, the amount of Bitcoin that gets mined has been cut in half. So there's way less supply to go around now, and we're going to start feeling that. So basically, there's just a ton of reasons why Bitcoin can just keep pumping like crazy. Really, it's the perfect storm going into this next year. Basically, everything you want to see is happening. Inflation, interest rates going down, Trump getting elected, the halving, ETFs approved. I mean, insane reasons to be bullish. So I would say definitely not the time to sell yet. At least I'm not going to. I think we're going to go well past 100,000. In fact, I think we'll hit 100,000 this year, and then next year we're just going to keep going way past 100,000. And I mean, 100,000, we went from 70,000 to 90,000 in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. We could hit, Bitcoin can pump 10,000 in a day. We could hit 100,000 tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, so I don't think the bull market is going to end this year. I think it's going to end sometime next year. Probably near the end of next year. Could be earlier in the year, could be April, could be December. Who knows? But I think most likely the end of next year. And then we'll have a massive crash, but I would say yeah, Bitcoin will hit 100,000 by the end of this year, And then next year, it's going to go well past that. How high it goes, I don't know. It could easily go to 200,000. It could even go up to 400,000. Who knows? I mean, our last all-time high was 69,000. So maybe the next all-time high will be 420,000. That would be quite fitting. So there's some sophisticated price analysis for you. But yeah, I think the all-time high will definitely be closer to 200,000 than 100,000. So I think we're still very early in this bull market. So basically, if Bitcoin's under 100,000, then it's the time to buy like crazy. It's still a time to buy like crazy. I'd say the risk is relatively low when buying. If Bitcoin's above 100,000, that's when you're entering the risky territory where it's getting more risky to buy. So right now we're under 100,000. So I'm just continuing to buy right now. I'm not even thinking about selling. Once we're above 100,000, then I'll think about when I want to start taking profits, and maybe I'll start slowly taking profits as we go up, because I got in way down here. So I got in at the very bottom when Bitcoin was at 16,000. I was buying. So I'm already way up in profits. So it's pretty easy for me, once Bitcoin gets above 100,000. I mean, even right now I could take profits, but I think there's still way more upside, so I'm not doing that yet. But if you're getting in right now, it's a bit more difficult because Bitcoin could be 120,000. You're not in insane profits yet, so you're taking a little more risk. If you're buying above $100,000, now you're really taking on high risk because you don't know how high it's going to go, and you're not really in profits yet. So right now, I would just say keep buying like crazy, and especially altcoins. The upside to Bitcoin isn't quite as insane as altcoins because Bitcoin's already at a new all-time high. And so, you might see a 2 or 3x Bitcoin, maybe even a 5x, who knows. But altcoins, you're going to see 20, 30, 50, even 100x's. And so let's talk about that real quick. So if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, we're now at 60%. So Bitcoin's been outperforming all the altcoins over the past few years here. But we're most likely going to see an altcoin season soon. So basically, whenever Bitcoin breaks a new all-time high, shortly after the Bitcoin dominance starts to go back down, and we see altcoins take off like crazy. So that's what we saw here in 2017, also in 2021. So, and this is where the Bitcoin dominance goes down and altcoins go crazy. So we're probably going to see that soon. So that hasn't even happened yet. So it's definitely not too late to be buying altcoins right now. In fact, right now is basically the perfect time to be buying altcoins, especially if you're impatient. It's a really good time because they're probably going to pump pretty soon. So yeah, for example, so Bitcoin's at a new all-time high. However, things like Ethereum, the biggest altcoin, it's only at $3,000. Its old all-time high was like just under $5,000. So it's not even close to its all-time high right now. So it could still go way up from here. Solana could go way up. Dogecoin could keep going up. Avalanche, Sui, Pepe, meme coins, everything. All these altcoins, at some point, they're going to just go crazy. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm just accumulating altcoins, and I think that's going to have a huge payoff over the next few months. So we saw new altcoins like Peanut. It in like 2 weeks, it went from nothing to a $2 billion market cap. So that's insane gains there. But the majority of altcoins haven't really done much yet. So yeah, I'd say this is just the beginning of this bull market. Is now the absolute best time to buy? No. Obviously, it would have been better to buy a month ago down here when I was saying now's the time to go all in on crypto because we're about to have this breakout. That obviously would have been a better time, but right now I think it's still a super good time to be buying crypto because we're just at the very start of this huge bull run. Bitcoin's going to go way past 100,000. So yeah, I would say this bull market is going to keep going, probably end around the end of next year. So you probably still have about a whole year of bull market ahead of you. It could end in 6 months, but who knows? I think like April next year would be about the soonest it's probably going to end, but it'll probably go even longer than that. So what are we looking at here in the short term? So if we zoom in on the 4 hour, so the short term, right here you can see we have a bearish divergence where we have a higher high in the price, lower high in the RSI. So that signals Bitcoin's most likely going to either go sideways for a little while or it's going to come down. So if it goes sideways, then oh well, you can just chill. But if it comes down, I think we could come down to around 76,000 possibly. And if that happens, then that'll be an amazing buying opportunity for whoever's on the sidelines right now or looking to accumulate more. If we do see that dip down to 76, then I'll definitely be accumulating like crazy. But we'll see. It might just go sideways and then keep going up. We'll see what happens. But potentially a dip in the short term here. So yeah, is it time to sell yet? I don't think so. I think we have a long way to go. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all later.